Q3.
Welcome to the third episode of the Hollow Crown podcast. In the War Room, I'm Tom, and this is
Iain.
Awesome. As always, we are brought to you by the lovely gentlemen at Iron Fire Tables. That's Iron-Fire Tables. No, it's not. Iron-Fire.co.uk for all your table needs. I found out what wood this was the other day.
And underwater pillows.
Yeah, they do underwater pillows, as we learn. And also chairs and hanging candles and lights. A bunch of stuff, basically. So it's definitely worth checking them out. Go over to iron-fire.co.uk. There's no deals for you yet, but I'm sure eventually someone will be like, hey, yeah, we should probably give these guys a deal. And it'll be /Deathmakers.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Deathmakers.
So yeah, that's the sponsor. As I say, head on over. This wood is something I'm going to find out again. It's like a nice wood, apparently. I don't know. Not into wood. It's not birch, I know that. Balsamic.
That's not wood.
That's vinegar, isn't it? But yeah, they burn this. This is how they got the colour. Is they like flamethrower it. That's pretty dope, right? Like, that's a pretty fucking cool job. What do you do for a living? I just flamethrower wood. Repetitively.
That's pretty cool.
No, that's pretty dope.
And you can see it now, actually.
Yeah, you can tell that it's been burnt. Now that you know that it's been burnt, you'll never unknow.
Like, if I tried to do that, you wouldn't have any wood, because it would all be like...
Yeah, you'd have
a
a
bonfire.
Yeah. That's just the standard thing of doing that with wood, you know. These guys seem to have some sort of, like, light touch with fire. Just tickling it.
Like Lindemann. From Rammstein. Is that his name?
Why does he have a light touch with fire? I'm curious to know this now.
He's just, like, always got flamethrowers on him, hasn't he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
The only thing I know about him recently is the fact that he was in that porno. That was actually a song. That was also a porno. And it made me want to do music videos more.
That technology that you were looking at yesterday.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to use that.
What, the deep fake stuff?
Yeah.
I do kind of really want to use that, yeah.
It's really cool, isn't it?
It is cool. It just doesn't work if you've got a beard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really shit if you've got a beard. Nothing like... The intelligence just doesn't understand all these like fine wispy hairs.
Well, what do you want to do? Impersonate world leaders or have a beard?
That's the question that's been on the top of my mind for quite some time. I still have a beard. All right, cool. So, well, let's talk about this, I guess. What have we got?
Got some merch.
Oh, say it again.
We got some merch.
Louder.
Probably put like a bit of music in there, couldn't we?
Yeah, we've got some merch. Or maybe like, we've got some merch.
Yeah.
New merch in.
Well, they probably just heard it. So.
Actually, it should have totally been in Hollow Crown Update, which isn't on the list.
Okay, yeah, Hollow Crown Update.
Let's do Hollow Crown Update.
It's a Hollow Crown Update!
We're going to hit off with the Hollow Crown Update this time, just so you can get really invested into who we are. So, well, the Hollow Crown update is that we've got banging set of merch, which we're rocking here. Make Metal Great Again hats, Hollow Crown beanies with the ball at the end. So that was very important.
Some stickers,
patches,
and some badges.
Where's that patch? You got that patch? There it is. You can iron that onto your denim vest.
Onto your Anthrax zip up.
Onto
your Reebok trackie.
I only like Anthrax and Hollow Crown, but I don't like Hollow Crown that much, so I'm just going to get a small patch. Perfect. Also, in Hollow Crown Update, I guess we're in the studio next week.
Yeah.
Which is pretty dope. We're back in. This time working the whole 2 tracks that we're going to be doing with Sean Janocki, who is like coming on board as our producer. He's a legend. He's also got his great pal Roger Mayer to like sort us out with a load of bits of kit as well, which is pretty sick. But actually, by the time this podcast comes out, we'll be in the studio.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's
right
all
now
quite exciting,
we're making music.
And Roger Mayer, you know.
Yeah.
This guy made pedals for Jimmy.
He made the Octavia, man.
Yeah.
As heard on
Loads of stuff.
loads of stuff. I was going to say one particular song, but it's just completely evaporated.
Machine Gun.
Yes. Made some fuzz pedals for Jimmy Page as well.
He's made lots of stuff.
He's done a lot of
So
stuff.
just be cool.
I was told once, in fact, I'm not even sure I can say this, so I'm just not going to say it, but it involved like what he did before he got, like he was always into sound. I'm just going to shut up though, because
Okay.
apparently I got told it, but I don't know if it's been declassified. He saw a UFO. He didn't see a UFO.
That's where it all came from. Anyway, it's way cooler than meeting John Mayer.
It's way cooler than meeting. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. John Mayer does seem kind
He
of
seems
cool.
quite
though.
cool, but I'd rather meet Roger Mayer.
He's got 2 Bluetooth headsets in his ears. And
you
he
never
has,
met Jimmy.
he has people do cocaine for him.
So you more desperation in my solos. I need you to do more drugs.
I need you to up the drug intake about 50%, thanks. I need more desperation in my solos. Oh.
Not that he needs a plug, but there's a good video of him taking the piss out of himself.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. It's like How to Write a Hit by John Mayer, and it's very good. I liked him after that.
Yeah.
I mean, not that much, but
Well,
you know, I thought it was funny, and I thought, you know what, maybe he's a little bit misunderstood.
You convinced me into the Mayer camp with that video as well. It's like, I want to write a song about having sex with models. No, we need something that people can relate to. I can relate to that.
If I can't get the girl, why don't I just tell her I'm John Mayer?
Oh, God damn it.
I wrote a new chord. I don't like it. I called it M for Mayer. Let's use it. Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He is. He's a funny guy.
And I guess that's the Hollow Crown update, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Nick Gavin's coming down.
We've got lots of videos coming out over the next few weeks. Live stuff from the Fleece.
We've still got those coming out, have we? Yeah, no, we do actually, don't we?
Yeah.
I've got to go and get that hard drive off of Nick.
Yeah.
Nick Gavin, if you're out there, I'm coming for your hard drives. Although by the time you've watched this,
It's
I'd have
probably
already
out. Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got another 4
Four
live
videos.
four live vids to come out.
Mm-hmm. I contacted a marketing agency called Coney, who did work with these 2 artists for these deepfake videos. They did this Mark Zuckerberg one, which was just unbelievable.
I saw that.
They did a Kardashian one, which is just like bonkers crazy, and it's just so lifelike the way they can make these people like the mouths move. And I've reached out to them to help us get the music video done for You Weren't There Man, because I really want to do the music video like that, and it's nigh on impossible when you don't know how to do that and you don't have £4,000. So anyone want to either lend us £4,000
Or give us £4,000.
Yeah, actually, no, I meant give. Yeah. You're right, I did mean give. And then we'll put that to really good use.
We'll make a really cool video.
It'll be really sick. Got some great ideas for it. Cool. We're trying this thing this time where we're going to try and speed up everything that we're doing, so we're just going to keep smashing on through it. Let's move into the Hate Your Leaders segment.
Hate your fucking leader!
Yeah.
Who are we hating on today?
Never have we had such an opportune moment to say fuck off to all of them.
So perfect, isn't it? It's like...
All of the honourable gentlemen,
And the Right Honourable ladies.
and the speaker.
And the Right Honourable... middle... By gender?
Yeah.
Do they have that? Do
Probably not. I doubt it with
I
these
bet
people.
I bet they're not tolerant for that. What would they say? With the right honourable...
Cunt.
Oh, damn, you identify as both sexes, so...
They all are. They're all. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're a bunch of cunts.
So yeah, we're in the middle of a Brexit crisis.
Dude, we've been in the middle of a Brexit crisis for like...
All we want to do is get out of Burger King. And
If you haven't seen it, there's a video by a comedian called Alistair Williams, and it likens Brexit to Burger King. It's quite funny. Yeah, no, we just... The thing is, I think everyone's kind of just shuffling their feet and wondering what the fuck's going to happen. And, like, I just don't see... There's not going to ever be a positive outcome to it. Like, inherently, everyone disagrees with everyone, and a few people will agree with each other, but not enough to mean that they can force their agenda upon everyone else. So... That's not going to change. It doesn't matter if you've got a general election. It doesn't matter if you have a change of leadership. It doesn't matter if you do, like, a new, like, fucking, what's it called? Poll, like, what was it called? The Brexit vote, the referendum. If you did a new referendum, there would still be huge divides.
Yeah. I can't see them. They're not capable of achieving anything here. They're not capable of staying in.
I'm not sure.
They're not capable of getting out.
No.
I think the only way that they can is they do need to. And I was really against this for a long time of a second referendum, but I think it needs to happen. I think it needs to be like, we can't decide this. Here you go. The deal, no deal, remain in. Like, it's fucking disgusting that it might come to that because we've already been there, like, you know. But they can't do this. So they need to let us do it.
Yeah. I mean, but that actually like plays right into the hands of this thing that I really want to make one day, which I think it would be amazing. We've lost camera, but I'm just going to finish this point. I think it would be amazing if we could have a .gov app on everyone's phone, and if you couldn't afford a phone, you got given a phone with the app installed on it, right? Maybe you couldn't download Facebook and stuff because... Like, it's meant for that. And they can just put out a poll real quick, like. Every single thing that gets up for a vote, everyone gets a push message. Like, do you want to vote on this? And you can look at it and be like, nah, it's about, like, socks. I'm not interested. Or if it's about Brexit, people can be like, yeah, okay, I can vote in that. Or, like, if there's big issues, it means that the things that you're interested in, you will be, like, trying to push. And you can obviously still put stuff up for vote. Like it would go for vote in Parliament, but everyone in the country just gets to vote on it. I'm just sick of all the assumptions that are going on. You know, it's like, oh, I voted against this because it doesn't sit with my constituents, and then the BBC, and we all know where they sit on this argument. Yeah. They go and they interview like 50 people in his constituency, and like 30 of them are outraged. They're like, well, I voted Leave. It's like, well, who's he talking to then? Who's this MP talking to that he thinks that he's done this for his constituents when quite clearly he's wrong? Yeah. Like, he's like... The thing is, until I've never spoken to my MP, until the MP has gone round and spoken to every motherfucker in the world or in their fucking constituency, they can't say the truth of, like, this is what my constituents want. Because all they've got are the people that can be bothered to turn up to the fucking village hall and go, hey! And I ain't fucking bothered to do that. You ain't bothered to do that. 98 fucking % of people ain't that old.
Well, they're fucking... They got work.
Yeah. It happens in the middle of the day.
Also, you'd have a lot... I would, anyway. I'd have a lot more respect if, like, I don't know who... Heapy, I think. He's the... down where I live, I think if he went James Heavey, I think it is, right. He's the Tory guy. If he came back and said, you know what, I voted against the whip, I've been kicked out because that's what I truly believe, I'd be like, all right, because you can't argue with that.
No,
you know, if you disagreed with him, he'd be like, I'm sorry you feel like this, but this is what I truly believe, and I was in that position and I had to vote. I couldn't vote against in a way that I didn't truly believe in.
Yeah.
Because, like, who could? What person could actually do that?
Well, we have to remember that they are vessels. They're vessels of their constituency, right? They should be going there, not expressing their personal opinions, not expressing their personal... They should be going there fucking expressing the will of the people. because that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
But instead, you've just got fucking like bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. It's just boring, man. Like I, for some reason, I'm addicted to watching it as well. I wake up every morning.
Right, honourable gentleman.
I'm just fucking so addicting. It's like you watch it and you're just like, wow, that guy
It's like
seems
watching
like a
Rugrats,
wanker.
isn't it? Like
That guy seems like a wanker. She's a bitch. She's a cunt. They're all cunts. Oh, look, they're all shouting at each other again. Now they're jostling. Oh, she said some stuff, and now he's going to say some stuff, and he's going
I'm not going to let you do your job. Okay, well, I'll give you the chance to do my job. No, I don't want that. Don't want that, thanks. I'm good.
I just think it's the hardest political situation that I think we've faced in our lifetimes, definitely. Like,
I think that the country's faced ever.
no, there was world wars, man.
Yeah, but that's not really a problem, is it? Because there isn't. You couldn't they couldn't say
I suppose they're not
to
political.
they couldn't say to Churchill like, actually we're going to keep putting this off and keep putting this off because eventually, like,
They could have done.
Hitler would have invaded, like.
Yeah, they could have done.
So it was like we need to stop this and we need to win this and we need to change it now. There's no way we can like debate D-Day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think people were a lot tougher about it.
I think if D-Day was up now, we'd definitely fucking be debating.
Oh, we'd be fucking.
It would pass.
We'd be
The
gone.
date would have
Like,
passed.
someone like him would come along and he'd be like, yeah, he'd have everything.
Yeah.
could still happen. Who knows?
Jesus. So yeah, I mean, I think the long short of it, of today's Hate Your Leaders, is they're just all such cunts. Like, please, if you're out there listening to this and you're thinking like, oh, these guys don't know anything, you're right. We don't know anything, but what we do know is what we read and what we see. And what I tend to, obviously the internet is an echo chamber of the things that you read and the things that you like and the posts that you follow, because they want to like show you as much stuff and content that's in your bubble as possible so that it can influence purchases and all that kind of stuff, right? Influence opinions. I have like 2 web browsers, both set up entirely differently so that I can get fucking heavily left and heavily right stuff. And I'm not joking, they both say almost identically the same thing, but on
About
either
the
one
other
side it's like, we're gonna win. It's like, no one knows. You're a bunch of dicks. Can we just press the reset button and put a cat in charge?
Can we do something? I think that's it. I think the message to them,
put the bunny rabbit in charge of the.
like the message to them would be, you're all very educated, most of them, but you're not really coming across as being that clever. And deliver something.
Yeah.
It's time to make something happen. Cancel it. If you're going to cancel it, let's fucking cancel it.
Yeah.
If we're going to leave, let's leave and deal with it. Like, we've been through worse.
Let's just do something.
You know?
I'm just so bored of like, it's like.
No one wants to hear about it anymore. People are probably listening to this going, would you fucking shut up about
It's like you get a girl
Talk
home.
about Slayer.
You get a girl home from a night out, and you're all hot on each other, and then you pull down your trousers, she pulls down her trousers, and you're like, yeah, we're going to have sex. And then you get to the moment when you're about to penetrate her, and you're looking at her cooch and her asshole, and you can't decide which one you're going to go in, so you don't go in at all. And then she leaves. Same thing. What do you think? Same? You just don't get my reasoning.
Cool.
Okay.
Black Keys did a good album. Well, Black Rock it was called, and they took old Dirty Bastards
ODB.
lost tracks and put new music to it in like a Black Keys style.
Mm.
And there's a good track on there. I think it's the first track, and he says "cooch" a lot in it.
Oh yeah, it's because the word cooch is a great word. Little coochie. So
Yeah. Anyway, fuck all y'all.
fucking leaders. Sounds like a weird
Well,
word.
they're not even
I hate
leaders, are
those
they?
Leaders.
This is a hate your leaders section, and they're not even leading anything. Like, what are they leading?
Hate your procrastinators.
Hate your fucking minions.
Yeah, I think what we all need to realise as the British public, and if you're listening from outside the UK, what you need to try and make us realise as the British public is that these guys serve us. They serve us. They're like hired to do things to make sure that everything's great. Which I guess is what they're trying to do. Maybe, I don't know. It's so fucking confusing, man. Like, let's move on to CD reviews.
CD reviews.
CD review.
I mean streaming reviews.
I mean streaming reviews.
Stream.
Okay.
Fucking album review.
Album reviews.
Fucking album reviews.
So, new Tool album
New Tool album. What's
called
it called again? Infinite Annihilation.
Infinite Annihilator. Infant Annihilation.
Infant Annihilator.
Inoculus
What is it?
hippopotamus.
It's got a very difficult name to remember. Tool. Let's do this.
As you can tell, we got really into it.
Fear Inoculum.
Fear Inoculum, that's it.
Fear Inoculum. It feels like, what does inoculum even mean? Let's quickly check that, because you know when people just try and be really clever? Inoculum. Inoculum. A substance used for inoculation. So,
Inoculation.
being put to sleep, right? Is that right? Inoculation. Let's have a little quick look. We're just an action of inoculating or be inoculated. Vaccination.
Vaccinated, yeah.
Oh right, okay. So
Fear inoculation.
in fear inoculum, it's like the
You're not-
injection of fear.
Or you're not scared anymore.
Would it be the antidote then, like the fear antidote? Because it sounds like it's
Fear
like the inoculum of fear. Are they just talking about like those people who don't want to get the vaccines for their kids? You're too afraid.
Or are they talking about society in general?
Maybe.
Being a bunch of scaredy cats.
What are we scared of? Fucking getting out of the EU. That's one of the
listening
things that
to
we're scared of.
Having to listen to this entire Tool album for the next hour.
Staying in the EU is another thing that we're all scared of, apparently. We're scared of everything.
I'm not scared of nothing.
I'm scared of spiders. I'm trying to get over it, though. I've got one living in my flat at the moment, and I just leave him there, and I'm like, every time he comes down, I just stare at him, and I'm like, okay, we're not going to be friends yet. I'm like warming up to when I can hold him in my hand and be like, he's my buddy. But yeah, currently he lives there.
Cool. We're all scared of stuff.
We are.
There'd be a good moment for a little bit of music there, wouldn't it?
We're all scared of stuff. We got to I've got to find a new melody for these things. keep putting the same melody in. So Fear Inoculum.
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly run down the track listing. Fear Inoculum.
And how long's that one?
That one is 10 minutes and 20 seconds long. Pneuma, 11 minutes and 53 seconds long. Litania contra le pure. Fucking wanky as shit, isn't it? 2 minutes and 14 seconds long. Invincible, I understand what that word is. 12 minutes and 44 long. Legion Inoculant, because they didn't use the word inoculant enough. 3 minutes and 9. Descending, another one I can actually understand. 13 minutes and 37. Culling Voices, 10 minutes and 5. Chocolate Chip Trip, which was my favourite track, 4 minutes and 48. 7 Empist, also known as Tempest, 15 minutes and 43 seconds long. And then Mocking Beat, at a rip-roaring 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Do you want to go first?
No.
Oh, I just feel like we're going to say the same thing. It's a new Tool album.
Yeah.
It's good.
And how long? 15 years?
Let's have a look. 2006 was when 10,000 Days came out. So it wasn't quite 10,000 days.
13 years.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bet that kids have been born and had kids in certain areas since the last.
What, like Noel?
like Alabama or something. Like, you know.
I was thinking more like the mead.
Since the last Tool album.
Yeah. I mean, those kids aren't very old.
No, I mean, they're like... But, you know, it's probably happened.
Yeah, well...
And so they've had a long time to work on this, and does that reflect in the music, do you think?
It's an interesting one. I really like Tool, right?
Yeah, me too.
I think Maynard's fucking wicked. And when I went to go see them in Amsterdam, Justin Chancellor was just a monster. I've never seen anyone slap bass and enjoy himself so much. Obviously, Danny Carey, great. And Adam Jones, the guitarist. They're a great band. They're great to watch.
Probably my favourite band for a good 3 or 4 years when I was 15.
Like when you listen
16.
to Slam Out Opiate and you... I had a friend once.
Yeah, like Undertow. And
he took some ecstasy, tried to hump my lazy boy.
like, you know, they were fucking cool, weren't they? Like,
yeah, they were fucking cool.
And weird.
Yeah, did you see that video of him like Maynard topless with his head, I think the sides of his head shaved, he had a mohawk.
Yeah.
And he's like just staring out into the audience. And the cameraman's like zooming in on him. And it's like, I've never seen anything like that. The power and the energy of that.
I was seeing a footage from a festival he did, and he just stood in like a pair of pants, and he stood in the corner, facing the corner for the whole set.
This was in the red checkered pair of pants, right? This was recently.
Yeah.
That was the same tour that I went to go and see.
Just stood in the corner
Amsterdam.
for the whole thing. Like.
He was in the dark. Yeah. He was stood next to the drummer, with no lights on him, but a light behind him so you could see his silhouette. And then the guitarist and bassist were up in the front of the stage, like slamming it out, loads of lights, having a great time. And Maynard was just kind of like leaning forward, pulling his mic stand back. But that's kind of his thing, right? That's his deal. Like, I really rate Maynard a lot. Like, he's fucking cool. He's got like loads of wicked businesses that he does. The guy has like, he's setting up a yoga studio. He's got 2 vineries. He like owns a restaurant and stuff. Like, I think, the restaurant might have been a touch too far. He's starting a BJJ school.
Does he sell tools?
He should. Tools.
Owns QuickFit, right?
Yeah. But
what do you think of him vocally then on this album?
I think vocally, great. I didn't get a chance in this particular one to read through all the lyrics. I will do that, and I'm almost certain that they're going to be fucking genius. I know. Like,
I think there's a lack of his more aggressive side on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, people move away from that. I get that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just lost it. Maybe it just doesn't work that much anymore.
Was he doing it live?
It's kind of.
When you saw
him. Yeah.
So he still got it. It's just, you know, it's cool.
The thing is, I think I'll probably fall in love with more of these tracks when they start releasing their wicked like animated videos for it. But who the fuck's going to make a 14-minute animation for them?
He does it, doesn't he?
Does he do it?
The bassist, I think, yeah. It's all him.
What, Chancellor?
One of them.
Justine.
Adam Jones, maybe? Is that his name?
Adam Jones, yeah.
One of them. I think I was reading something that that's why it's been so long, because it's something to do with him. Like, he does all the design work for them. Made a lot of the videos. That's where they all met in art school, wasn't it?
Really?
Yeah, and he got involved in some legal trouble to do with I don't know, but there was something legal that went on which put a hold on things. I don't know if they had a falling out over artwork or something. They strike me as being very professional, you know, like maybe they don't get along or something, which would be cool, which makes Tool even cooler for me. It's like, yeah, these guys, like, they make good music and they work so well together, but there's just something about them that, like, they're all really good. They
must all have other side projects though, right? Because, like, obviously Maynard's got his businesses, and then he's got Pussifer, and he's got
Perfect Circle.
That's what
I'm sure they do. Yeah, do they need them? Probably not, though.
No.
Like, they're making a lot of money. There's no other band like that, is there?
No,
they bring an album out in 13 years, and it's still like.
Well, there was like a fucking bunch of people at the Amsterdam show. There was a bunch of people there. There was a lot, and it was great. Like, I literally, And I think this was my thing with this album, is I've listened to it now the whole way through once, and then in bits a bunch of times, like a couple of times, and we're on the 5th of September, right? And it only came out on the 30th of August. So it's quite a lot of listening that I've done, and I've enjoyed it. I've not had a bad time. It's just I can't remember any of it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like, who are you to wave your fingers?
That's what I said to you, isn't it? There's
Like,
nothing catchy.
There's nothing.
Like, they were always, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Some people might be really into that. But I always liked about Tool is that there'd always be one or two on there that were like still true to their vision.
Yeah.
But they're fucking bangers, weren't they? Like,
yeah.
Like Ticks and Leeches or Eulogy off of Iain.
Yeah, what was that other?
Lateralis.
Lateralis, and then there's one that I'm thinking 6s and 7s, is it?
46 and 2.
46 and 2.
46 and 2. Yeah, you know, like real good tunes.
Stinkfist is a fucking banger of a tune, isn't it?
Maynard's dick.
Like, I still think that Opiate is probably the part of me, man. You are just a part of me. You are just a part of me. Oh man, it's a fucking banger. This one didn't have that.
No. There was one song, I think, and I can't remember which one.
I think you told me earlier it was
towards the end, wasn't it?
It was Tempest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the 15.5 minute.
And that's the problem. One of them's got a brilliant bit of guitar playing on it. Absolutely incredible tone, and the notes he's pulling out.
That was
just, and it's like a fuzz tone that he's using,
Yeah.
which I thought was interesting. But the problem is, you like it, and then like you can't find it again.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I like this track. Which one is it again? And oh, okay, we're 8 minutes into one of them. So like, and I don't really like the 6.5 minute drum build up with the synthesizer in the background or whatever it was. Like,
that was only 4 minutes 48, and that was still the best tune on the record.
Which one's that?
It's Chocolate Chip Trip.
No, I enjoyed that, the drum solo, but there's another track, and it's literally like 4 minutes of drums with a little synth part going on underneath, like a real.
I do fucking love, like, fucking Danny Carey has,
he's brilliant, isn't he?
has this just like tribal blood within him, doesn't it? It's like he makes together, they create this very like undulating euphoria of like, and
the chorus on the bass or the flange, I don't know what it is. It's something that's like,
and it's like, it's great.
It all reminded me. It felt like they took Schism, you know, Schism, and they took that and they went, we really like that song. Let's build a whole album around the idea of that song, like,
yeah,
and how that sounds and the way that it builds, which is cool. That was the song that introduced me to Tool when I was like,
yeah, it is cool.
14,
and like the
15
thing
or
is,
something.
I feel bad not loving it more, and it's not that I don't love it. I'm gonna listen to it fucking all the time. When I drive later to Cheddar, I'm gonna put it on again, and I'm gonna listen through it because I enjoy it. But there's not one tune that I'm just like, oh my god, bathe me in that tune. Let me oil myself up and rub myself down like I'm ready. You know, bring me the alien forces, suck me up into the sky. I'm ready.
yeah, it's lacking that killer. It's lacking that killer punch, isn't it?
So you've heard it here first. Tool, Fear Inoculum, lacking that killer punch.
But you know, probably most people say "fuck off" is brilliant.
Should we go on to something with a?
I prefer the Slipknot's new album.
Should we go on to something with a killer punch? Let's do the historical records thing. What is it? Historical
Review.
What was it called though? Historical something.
Review, isn't it?
Just call it historical. We're both we've decided to hone it down to try and save time. We've both decided that this week
36 minutes we're on.
We're 36 minutes in.
Yeah.
Oh, we better speed up. So
Exodus.
yeah, baby. Shovel-headed killing machine. Oh, I always
Kill
call
machine.
I always call it shovel-headed killing machine.
I think that's better.
I do as well. But
Let's not review it. They got the name wrong.
no, it's got God Gary in it. We've got
God, Gary the God.
Gary the God. So Exodus. I mean, Steve Souza. What's his like? He's got like a name, hasn't he? He's got like a nickname.
Goblin.
It should be the Goblin. This record, like I've played.
It's brutal, isn't it?
I've played it like so much on the motorbike, man.
I love
Let's
it.
start a fire, biggest one you've ever seen.
This and
Yeah.
yeah, I think this and Tempo of the Damned, my two favourite. They're groovy, aren't they? Like
Yeah.
they're getting into like groove thrash, like which is my favourite kind of thrash.
Is it
Yeah.
your favorite? I'm just gonna get this up because I want to know his Zetro.
Who's this?
Zetro. That's Steve Souza. That's his
Nickname.
That's his nickname.
Okay.
Zetro.
Interesting.
Don't know what that means. Zetro. But it's quite cool. It sounds like he like hangs out and smokes weed with people. It's like, where's Zetro at?
He's going smoko.
He's on the break. Yeah, Shovelhead and Killing Machine. Favorite tune?
Going, gone.
Going, gone.
That's on there, right?
Yeah, it is. Track 7. I find it really difficult, like, to choose a favourite. Death Amphetamine, I do love, but also, shouldn't I think if I was like you, if I yelled. It's fucking, like, it's brutal. Like, Altered Boy as well.
Is this a
Magnum Opus.
is this an
44
Andy
Magnum
Sneap
Opus.
one? I think it is, isn't it?
Is it? If it's Andy Sneap, then no wonder we like it
Who
so
still
much.
hasn't got back to us.
Yeah, we're still waiting, Andy.
He's on tour with Priest, is he, or doing?
I think he's dressed up in leather, isn't he? This was produced by Gary Holt. Of course it's fucking good then. Produced by Gary Holt on Nuclear Blast, the best record label in the world. And
Well, Gary, if you fancy producing anything with
Yeah.
us, like,
we do a lot less Goblin impressions.
but we can change that.
Would you
I'll do it.
would you let Gary play some guitar on the record?
I don't play all the guitar on the record.
You've heard it here first. Ian will
I'm not sure he'll want to though.
No, he probably wouldn't.
Be like, this sucks.
I wrote all these cool riffs and brought them to you guys to make a new record, new Hollow Crown, bring it in a new direction. No, you're not going to use any of them.
I heard it. There was a clean section.
No. There's never a clean section. There's not going to be a clean section in the new record, is there, in the 2 tracks?
No.
It's not a single moment that clean happens once,
No,
which I'm excited about. I feel like this is going to have a lot of energy.
I think it's really great.
So yeah, Shovel-Headed Killing Machine. It was
Check it
released
out.
in 2005. It's got an awesome front cover, and I've named one of the monsters in LFDR after the Shovel-Headed Kill Machine, which is actually, I've named the monster Shovel-Headed Killing Machine, so I probably won't get in any trouble, right?
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah. That was completely different. I added an ing.
Isn't the main guy Gary as well?
The main guy is Gary, yeah. It's not Gary Holt, but his name is Gary.
It's good enough. It's good enough for Exodus
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Exodus, if you want to do some music for LFDR version 2, maybe we could find you in the LFDR universe. You've also survived the apocalypse of us playing Seventh Gate and opening up the Seventh Gate at the Panabashwara Temple and releasing Steve into the universe and transforming everyone into monsters. But you guys could have survived too, and you could do an entire, we could design a bunch of new monsters for you, put a load of new items in the game for you, have you as playable characters. Just saying. If you ever wanted to do a JV.
Then we get Gary to sit in here and do a...
Oh man, I think you probably.
I couldn't do it.
I'd have to do it.
You'd have to do it.
I'd have to do
I'd
it.
sit there like a little girl looking at him. Like,
Yeah. Just here. Just memories like the corners of my. So let's move on. Metal news.
Metal news. Sabaton crashed their car.
Oh fuck
desert.
yeah.
They're all right, I think, but yeah.
They had
There's some pretty gnarly pictures.
They cancelled a bunch, like 3 shows,
Something
4
like that.
shows.
So yeah, glad they're all right.
Yeah, they are like that. Fucking some of the suits that those guys wear, man. Like I love the like chrome abs, like
I love how-
fake chrome abs.
Well, I like how like they've all got muscly. Like they've been going for a long time, and you see them, and they're like, yeah, like these kids that like play kick-ass like operatic fucking death metal thrash symphonic music, and then like you see them now, and they're all like, yeah.
They're like, as we get older, we need to get bigger.
Especially that singer, like
Yeah, dude, he looks
he's lifting tour buses when he's on tour, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got fucking hell of a style. He's got a tattoo down the side of his head, hasn't he? Like a
I don't know.
like thing.
Looks like he's got his beard tattooed on.
Yeah, that does look tattooed.
Pretty
on,
cool.
right?
Like, which girls can do it with their eyebrows, not their beards.
Yeah, that's true.
Michael Monroe bringing out a new single.
I don't know who that is.
The singer from Hanoi Rocks, I think.
I don't know who that is.
He's a bit of a superstar
Michael Monroe.
in Finland.
Is he any relation to Marilyn Monroe?
I don't think so. No, I think that's why he called himself Michael Monroe.
Oh, okay.
It's a fake name,
Right. Okay. Stage name.
but he's massive.
What, like big as in he lifts or?
No, he's pretty small.
Right. Okay. So he's like he's bringing out a new album.
Yeah, in Europe, this is a big deal. He's
Cool.
he's very big in like Finland and
I'll write
Sweden.
a note
and-
down. Check out Michael Monroe.
Yeah, he was in the band that the guy got killed in the car with the dude from Motley Crue.
He was in the car.
I don't know if he was in the car, but one of them crashed the car and another guy died,
Yeah.
and he was from the band Hanoi Rocks.
Who was that did that?
Not sure.
I can't remember.
But yeah, so he's got a new single coming out. People would be interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Townsend's doing strapping young lad material on his new tour.
I mean,
Fuck.
that's gonna just be fucking.
Gene Hoglan says, "Good on him." And good luck to whoever's playing the drums on that one. Probably is something else he says.
It's gonna be a computer, right?
Yeah. I mean that's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Insane album. I don't really like it. It's too much for me.
I've never like the Devin Townsend stuff that I've heard. Fucking fantastic musically. Doesn't get my dick hard.
I like the stuff he does with. He's got that other woman singer. I think she's like from Finland as well, isn't it?
Okay. He was at Modern World while we were at Rockfield, right?
Yes. Yeah, he did his last album there, or the one before it. I don't know. Yeah.
So
There's good videos on of him recording his guitars on there.
So what you're saying is us and Devin Townsend have synced up
We should tour together.
in our recording times.
Obviously, we'd be headliners, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, we've got 1,600 fans.
We get like
On
20
Facebook.
people respond to stuff online worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide.
Jimmy Page is bringing out a book
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be fucking good.
because he's doing a whole thing, and it's called Jimmy Page by Jimmy Page.
Oh, no, it should be called Jimmy Page. No, Turn the Page by Jimmy Page. Who the fuck's in charge of his marketing? Someone needs to get them back in a room. It needs to be called Turn the Page.
They said he's pulling articles and pictures from his extensive personal collection. That doesn't surprise me. He seems like the kind of guy that would have a house full of stuff about himself. He seems like that kind of guy.
Smells his own farts kind of dude, right? Yeah. Well, who doesn't? You kind of have to because you sit in them, right? Like, oh, I've done this. I either like it or I don't like it.
Yeah, but he likes it, whether he does or not. Like, he's like, just fucking, that's a Jimmy Page fan.
Proactively. Yeah, proactively doing it, like walking into it.
I always have issues with people, and I like what he did. Like Springsteen, I'm a massive Springsteen fan. Tried to watch that Springsteen on Broadway. I couldn't do 10 minutes of it. It was just like he'd sing a song and then he'd strum a D chord and then he'd talk about his life, and it's like you're literally your own biggest fan, aren't you? Like when you've got as many people as these guys have that love them, Why'd you have to be your own biggest fan as well?
Well, you know, sometimes there's like, what is it that they say? You've got to love yourself before you can love anyone else.
You don't have to do it publicly, though, do you?
No, I thought they just meant wanking in the bathroom. But he's a legend. Like, you can't deny
exactly.
that, like, Jimmy Page, irrespective of whether or not he's his biggest own fan, his own biggest fan, he's a fucking, like, he's a rock god. Like, born under a dying star. Which
and still, I mean, you still listen to that first Zeppelin album and the footage of them, I think in Holland or something, when they're all real scruffy and he's playing the Telecaster with the painting on. Fuck.
What's that tune that's like
Black Dog?
Yeah, Black Dog. I every time I listen to that tune, I still don't understand how they all kept in time.
Well, there's a good
and I've
they're
never
not in
seen...
time. It's a classic debate, this, Tom.
Okay.
Which is because everyone learns that track and they have to play it the way that they do, but then there's the other side of the debate, which is they didn't actually know that they were doing it.
Right. That's a classic debate. Because I've also, after listening to it and being like, man, those guys have got to be like the best musicians ever to have almost fabricated this new time signature. And then I'd go and watch them play it live, and I never saw them once nail it.
Did they not do it?
Never once did they nail it. Never once. Maybe someone has seen
that's
them
the question.
nail it somewhere, and
that's
if
the
you
question.
have, like, comment it.
That could be one of the thoughts of the week. Black Dog, intentional or unintentional?
Until we get Jimmy here to answer all questions.
Maybe it's in his book.
Jimmy and Gary face off in the war room. Me and you just
Only
leave.
one man winning that.
You guys, yeah. Yeah.
Jimmy, probably.
It'll definitely be Jimmy. He's just going to throw money at Gary's face. Gary will just be drowned in money.
We're looking forward. We're going to watch in the cinema Metallica with the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra.
Shit, yeah, S&M 2.
This is Thursday the 5th today.
Yep.
September. So from what I've read, they're doing it tomorrow and Sunday.
Nice.
For the opening of some big venue, I don't know. So that'd be cool.
That's gonna be fucking sick, man. Like, didn't they? Because I remember reading somewhere that S&M only happened because one of their mates was a composer, and he like composed all of this stuff to Metallica's tunes.
It's Michael Kamen, isn't it?
Yeah, and then he died, right?
Is he dead? I don't know. Have a look.
What's his name? Michael Kamen?
Because he conducts the orchestra for it, doesn't he? For S&M.
Is it Kamen?
Yeah, Kamen.
Michael Kamen died, 2003. And I heard that they were never going to do it again because of that. They've changed their mind. I'm excited about the fact that they've changed their mind because I thought S&M was sick. It's one of the only things I own on DVD.
That, Nothing Else Matters on it.
Ugh,
mate.
Ugh. Just imagine being there. They're gonna, like, it's this weekend. They're gonna have, like, the fucking best.
Oh, will be the next best thing, right?
Yeah. Right.
Last bit of metal news. Derek Smalls from Spinal Tap has released a new single called Gimme Some More Money.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. It was terrible. It was like one of the worst things I've ever heard. It was like, he's now begging, right?
Oh, it is a joke.
Oh.
Spinal Tap. It's a parody.
Well, I just... Are we sure?
Yes. He's I don't know who the actor is. But they're just the fact that he's still doing it. He's
still going.
It's kind of a parody, but it's not, you know?
Yeah,
it's like it's a parody, but he's like, here's another bit of Spinal Tap that is a joke, but please give me some more money. But I'm only joking, but actually, go on, give me some more money.
He's got merch for sale, by the way. Music's free now, but he's got merch.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounded like something that someone would record in like a 60-year-old man's
In a college studio.
like garage that he's converted.
It didn't sound that good.
No. Well, let's move on because we're running.
Guilty pleasures.
Ooh, girl.
Give us your guilty pleasure.
I feel guilty for putting them in the guilty pleasures, but my guilty pleasure of the week is Pete and Baz, two old London dudes who make wicked grime. Featuring such great classics as Dents in My Peugeot.
Still have dents in my Peugeot.
Now I got chains around my chest, gold, one on each finger, and a new range in the shed. I used to have dents in my Peugeot.
They're pretty cool, then.
They're fucking great, man. Like, these dudes are...
Actually, pretty good as well. Like.
Oh, I've actually got them up here. Keys and Bags is another one of their big bangers. Pint and a Fag. I can't remember how.
We listened to that one, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Dents in my Peugeot. Do one.
Do one.
Let's do a quick little bunch. I've got some mates. Oh, I can't even hear it because my sound's coming muted on the speakers. So, Pete and Baz, they're wicked. You should check them out. It's Pete and BAS. Pete and Baz. Baz.
Bass.
Bass. Well, it's not bass, is it? Because that's double S. And that's also bass.
Baz. Baz. Whoa. Mind blown. How do you pronounce BAS?
Baz.
Baz.
But yeah, that's my guilty pleasure of the week. I've had a great time this week listening to them, put them on in the office a bunch of times.
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, everyone's enjoyed it. I haven't met a single person yet that's been like...
It's pretty clean as well, which I like.
Yeah.
Like,
you could show that to your kids and they'd love it. It's like, one of them
I'll
says,
try it
I'm the
later.
real proper job, I'm a Keisha's Lorraine. What about you, man? What's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure is actually rather megastar of a man, but not very well known over here. Country music, obviously. A guy called Dirks, I think. Dirks Bentley.
Dirks Bentley?
I've been digging on Dirks for about a year now.
You've been digging down on Dirks?
I've been digging on Dirks. Like American country guy did. He's just awesome. And he climbs mountains and shit, and then sings about climbing mountains. Like,
Dirk
just
Bentley.
seems like a cool guy.
Is he like Wheeler Walker Jr.? Is he similar?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
No.
Okay.
He appears to be very Nashville. You know,
Right.
He could have been in that series Nashville, and you'd be like, yeah.
Is he traditional country then? Is he?
Like modern, commercial Nashville country things.
Fiddles?
No, like a rock country rock kind of thing.
Oh, right, yeah.
Great singer, great songwriter. Sings about like drinking beer and getting drunk on planes and stuff, and like, but then some really nice songs as well. And he's my guilty pleasure of the week. I don't like telling people that. But you're like, who is this guy? You show him to people. He's one of those guys that like you put it on, and even people that don't like country music, which is no one, obviously.
Yeah, everyone.
Within like 10 minutes, they're like, "This is cool."
What's his name? Dirk Denby.
Dirks Bentley.
Dirks Bentley.
But he's massive in the States, like
Mate.
huge. Comes here, plays shitty little venues like once every 5 years. Because that's all he can do. So you can understand why he doesn't bother his ass.
Yeah. I just just wants to go for a holiday. He's like, I'm going to take my wife over to Europe, so might as well just do 5 shows.
Shout out to Dirks, like
Dirks Bentley,
repping it here in Bristol.
So that's what we're
England.
saying then. We're for this week we're shouting out Pete and Baz and Dirks Bentley.
Yeah.
Wild one. Okay, final thing. Then we'd be done.
Yep.
Thought of the week.
Thought of the week. What is it?
Oh, God, I really should have thought about something before. What was yours?
I'm sticking to the consciousness thing.
That's the thought of 2 weeks now then, right?
Yeah, but it keeps developing.
Cool, okay, yeah.
Memory. If you couldn't remember stuff,
Did it ever happen?
would you be conscious? Are they completely linked? Can you have one without the other?
Well, this is an interesting thing, actually, because I don't remember very much. So, would I class myself as conscious? I don't know.
But all of the problems in the world that there've ever been has been because people remember shit.
That's why that's why I get on with everyone. Because I always forget. It's easy for people to know. It's like 10-second Tom from 50.
It's actually 10-second Tom.
Hi, nice to meet you.
There's a good a Goo Goo Dolls, so this would actually be a guilty pleasure as well, from one of their songs, and a couple of lines in it where he says, it's gone.
Is that the line? Is that
the past is never far? And that started me thinking on this, like, the past is never far. Our scars are souvenirs you never lose. The past is never far. And I thought, how we're all moulded by our past. And if your past didn't exist, what would you be?
Me.
You would, yeah. You'd be like the truest version of you, like with Alzheimer's or something like that.
Yeah, like a sponge.
Yeah.
Like they're happy to be there.
You know, there'd be no hate, there'd be no fighting, there'd be no war, there'd be no... On the other hand, there'd be no love because you wouldn't be able to build that like,
unless everyone was
relationship
just
with
like having sex in the streets. All right, no, I can see that. I like that as a thought. It troubles me greatly though, because it's really conflicting with
everything.
With my life, like in terms of like genuinely, like I was talking to a chap last Friday about this in terms of like, it's not that I don't have no memory at all. It's like I do remember things, but like significant things and things that you would imagine would have shaped like who I am today. I just like people would come up to me and be like, "Oh, do you remember that time we did that?" And I'm like, "Fucking no."
It's probably because they're talking about like something that would mean that you don't remember it.
Either that, or like I've just trigger repressed.
Maybe your cup's too full, Tom.
Maybe my beans are too.
Maybe you're so busy living your best life that you just forget all the fucking
living
nonsense.
My best life. Is that Rebecca Black?
I have no idea, no.
I think it is. Yeah, maybe. Well, my thought of the week is something. It was a debate I was having with my brother actually, and as we all know, and he very kindly pointed out to me, fate is something that you are like is prescribed, right? So your fate is always going to happen according to the rules of fate. Is that right? Can we agree on that?
I don't know.
Like if something's fated,
but you get people that don't believe in fate, don't you?
You do, but this is where I was
but
like,
if you do believe in fate, this is what.
Well, this was my thought for it, right? So I was talking to him, and he was like, no, if it's fated, you can't change it, right? So it's fated. Fate is fate. You can't do it. But my thought on it was, fate has to have tools to work with, right? So you have to will to go out and do something so that fate can then give you the thing that it wanted you to do when you went out there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you sit at home on the sofa, like masturbating, eating Cheezos, and fucking playing computer games and watching Modern Family, it's not.
You'd
what
probably
I do.
end up being a professional FIFA player and making millions.
You might make. Yeah.
Or a professional gamer. And,
yeah, but then what are you going to spend your £1 million on? A nicer sofa? You don't know where to go. So my thought of the week this week, and it's also like just almost like a bit of advice, is just get out there and do some stuff with some people you don't know. You're going to learn more about yourself hanging out with people that you don't know than you will hanging out with your mates. I'm almost certain. I'm not saying don't hang out with your mates as well, because you should always manage all relationships, but there is something to be said, like when you're in education, when you're in schooling, right? You change class every year. People switch around. You change teachers. You then go up school. It's constant evolution, constant movement. As you settle into your later life stages, you're like, these are my friends. This is where I like eating. This is where I like going to watch the films. This is where I like to go on holiday. Boring. Fucking wake up. Go out there. Do some things with some people you don't know. You might even end up buttered up and having sex
in the street.
Yeah. So
I'm telling me they're like, yeah, keep fucking.
So yeah, that's me.
We've been Hollow Crown. See you next time.
This has been In the War Room, and keep fucking.